Hello everybody and welcome to another video. And today we're going to be looking at a band called Sonata Arctica. Now I am familiar with Sonata Arctica. I do own one or two of their albums. I have heard their music before. But they released a new track yesterday. Now obviously yesterday I covered the new track by The Who, so today I'm going to do this Sonata Arctica one. Now, anybody who aren't familiar with Sonata Arctica, here's a little bit of information for you. Sonata Arctica is a Finnish power metal band from the town of Kemi in Finland, obviously, created in 1995 as a hard rock band under the name Tricky Beans. Later in 1997 they changed the name to Tricky Means, and then finally changed it to Sonata Arctica in 1999 when they changed their sound to power metal rather than hard rock. As of right now, they have 9 studio albums out. The last one was released in 2016, I believe. However, they are releasing their 10th studio album, Talvio. I probably pronounced it horribly wrong, and I do apologise if I have. But the new album comes out on September 6th. So I'll put some links below to where you can pre-order and buy that from, if anyone is interested. Now, the new track is called Cold, which is a name that seems to be going around quite a lot at the moment for names of tracks. I mean, wasn't Korn's new track called Cold? I need to have a look at that one, actually, the new Korn one. But anyway, I'm waffling on. So yeah, I've got the track Cold. I found some lyrics here, but I could only find them in this one place, so there is a chance that these lyrics might not be 100% accurate. These might be fan-written from hearing the track, so there may be errors in the lyrics. But they're the only ones I could find. So, yeah, enough waffling, let's get on with it, shall we? So, Cold by Sonata Arctica. Have a listen.
Standing with my back against the wall, standing with my back against the wall. It's cold.
I'm just going to pause that there for the moment. Now, it's pretty typical sound for what I've heard of Sonata Arctica, so nothing particularly new or like profound there. I do think the guy's got quite an interesting voice. I wouldn't say it's a great voice. I think it's a sort, it would maybe sort of grind on me after a few hours of listening to it, but it's still pretty decent. It's not, at least it's not the sort of weird sort of posy Manowar style vocals where they're all screaming, yeah, all the time. At least it's not that. Anyway, musically quite good, and just as we paused the video there, there was that sort of very thin instrumental piece, but you could really hear a bass guitar in there, and it sounded gorgeous. Now, the song itself sounds like he's talking about a love gone cold, a sort of a romance that has sort of lost its spark and they've become distant from each other. That's what it sounds like. And it comes in saying, standing with my back against the wall, standing with my back against the wall, it's cold, it's cold, cold. Day, night, fades into dawn, now the fire-breathing dragon I have nursed by my side is turning cold. One night, blinding light, felt the necklace with the golden heart get cold. Against the wall, it's cold. Why can't this make me warm on winter's nights? Maybe your heart has stone-cold gold inside. Dancing with my back against the wall. Dancing with my back against the wall. And again, why can't you make me warm on winter's nights? Maybe your heart has stone-cold gold inside. So, it sounds like this romantic partner has sort of turned cold against him. They're no longer interested in him or what's going on. So the whole idea of standing with my back against the wall is like he's got nowhere to go. He doesn't know where to go from here. He's so used to this relationship or something like that he doesn't know what to do with himself anymore. He's sort of almost lost in a sense. That's what I get from that line. It says, now the fire-breathing dragon I have nursed by my side is turning cold. So rather than using the phrase of dragon to insult someone like that, she's just an old dragon, ignore her. The fire-breathing dragon, I get the idea is sort of like burning passion in a way. This person who was full of passion, who was like a fiery personality, is now sort of just, the fire sort of died down and they're now sort of cold and distant and they don't care anymore. Why can't this make me warm on winter's nights? Maybe your heart has stone-cold gold inside. So it's like, why do I no longer feel this love, this passion from you? You just sort of turn cold, distant, you don't care anymore, there's no interest anymore. So yeah, that's what it seems to be about to me. It just seems to be like a love gone sour and the lack of interest that ensues. Let's carry on.
Unless you feel the fire deep inside, golden heart will keep you all night.
And there we go. Cold by Sonata Arctica. Now, the second part of that song seemed to really sort of pick up in the musical sense. You know, it seemed to be a lot more, I want to say intense, but intensity is not the word I'm looking for. There seemed to be a lot more oomph behind it, if that makes any sense. Now, the song carried on. Unless you feel the fire deep inside, a golden heart won't keep you warm at night. But when the memory has a face no more, and the days are getting longer, when all the words unspoken die away, believe the wisdom written on the walls, maybe the road ahead is golden. The white thunderbird will drive away, fly away, fly away. When you can't make me warm on winter's nights, maybe your heart has stone cold gold inside. Unless you feed the fire deep inside, a golden heart won't keep you warm at night. Maybe your heart has stone cold gold inside. So that second part there, it almost seems like he's accepting, you know, it's done, it's finished, it's over, and there's nothing he can do anymore. Because he's saying, unless you feel the fire deep inside, a golden heart won't keep you warm at night. So unless you feel the sort of passion burning within you, you know, that sort of passion you feel in your chest and in your stomach when you're madly in love with someone, unless you feel that, you know, there's not going to be any spark between you. There's, you know, you're just going to be going through the motions rather than actually having a proper sort of romance and relationship there. And then there's that line, when the memory has a face no more and the days are getting longer, when all the words unspoken die away. So it's like, you know, you can no longer remember the face of your loved one, you know, from memory. You know, this person has just become so distant that they're no longer at the forefront of your mind. You no longer think about them the same way that you do. So they just become a memory, and, you know, all information and like detail of that person just fades away because it's no longer important. So at that point, you know, there's no point holding on to it because it's just gone. You know, there's nothing left to hold on to. So it's actually a nice song. I actually like it. I like the way it's written. Very good song. Musically, again, it was great. You know, especially in the second half of that track, you could really hear the bass coming through. The music itself was brilliant. You know, there was the piano work, towards the end of the track there, which sounded absolutely fantastic. And like I said, the guy's got a good voice. It's not a voice I think I could listen to for a long period of time, but he does have a good voice. And like I also said, at least it's not that sort of Manowar-esque power metal vocal. This is actually a more, I'm not going to say subdued, but it's a more natural way of singing than. You know, I quite liked that song. You know, I do like Sonata Arctica. Like I said, I've got an album or two of theirs anyway. So, you know, pretty decent. Good song. I like the story. It's that, you know, the story and the meaning behind it. You know, talking about how love grows cold and the way they've used the imagery and the words. I quite like. You know, I like the way they've done it. So yeah, good track. I like that. I might have to go out and secure a copy of that album when it releases. But can't think of much else to say about it, so I'm going to leave that as it is. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me on my Facebook or my Instagram, or you could even message me on my Patreon, where you could also help to support me should you so wish. It'd be very, very helpful for me, since, you know, I can't monetize any of these videos on YouTube because, you know, they contain copyrighted property, and the bands or the record labels get all of the profits from the videos that I make, so I don't actually get anything from any of them. If you do make a suggestion, do know that it might take me a while to get around to it, since I get so many suggestions every single day that I can't record the videos fast enough. For every one video I make, I get suggested another 12. But I do write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done eventually. It's just going to take me a while to get there. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main focus is to put an end to hate crimes, mainly those that are aimed towards people of the alternative culture. And this is something I believe in very, very strongly, something I feel very, very passionately about, because it's something I've had to deal with for most of my life, and a lot of my friends have been through this as well. The fact that people who listen to alternative music, who wear alternative clothing, are getting violently attacked just because of their taste in music and clothing. Yeah, it's something that has been going on for decades. You know, I've been getting attacked for this since I was 11 years old. You know, and you know, I'm nearly 40. It's been going on that long. You know, my older brother's been dealing with it a lot longer than I have, and it's been going on for so long, but it is getting so much worse. You know, people are getting hospitalised. You know, they're getting so brutally attacked just for their taste in music that they're getting put into hospital because they are getting ganged up on and beaten so severely just for their taste in music. It is utterly, utterly ridiculous that this is happening. I mean, what difference does it make to someone's life what music you listen to? It doesn't. The only reason this is happening is because we're different, because we stick out, because we're, I want to say unique, but we're not unique, but because we stand out, because we look different from everybody else, we're an easy target. You know, we're not fitting in with the masses. We're not the collective sheep that are just liking what other people like just so that we can say, oh yeah, we like that too, aren't we great? You know, we are being individuals. We are being who we want to be. And that makes us stand out. And that's the main reason why it's happening. You know, and it's pathetic. I mean, you don't attack someone because they like different movies and TV shows to you. You don't attack someone because they like different flavour ice cream or crisps to you. You know, so why would you attack someone for different music? It's pathetic, but it's happening. And like I said, people are getting severely hurt. And when it gets to the point where a young girl, Sophie Lancaster, gets set upon by a group of people, you know, her and her boyfriend walking home, minding their own business, get set upon by a group of people, and then get beaten so severely that Sophie Lancaster died from her injuries just because of the way they dressed and just because of the music that they listened to. It is beyond ridiculous that that should ever happen. And, you know, the way things are going, it's going to happen again unless we do something, unless someone steps in and takes control. And this is the sort of thing Sophie Lancaster Foundation want to do. They want to help put an end to all of this. They don't want to see another person go through what they went through when they had to watch their daughter slowly die in hospital because a group of prejudiced and intolerant idiots felt it was an okay thing to violently attack someone, to kick someone so severely that they killed them. It's unacceptable. And, you know, it's something I feel very strongly about because, you know, I like I said, I myself, I have been beaten up quite badly on a few occasions just because of the way I look and the music I listen to. And so many of my friends, I know some of you probably have as well. So, you know, it's a really important thing to me. So if you'd like to find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can pop over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what their main goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. And if you can help them out in any way, even something as simple as one of these Sophie wristbands, you can find it on their web store. They've got a whole bunch of other merchandise on there as well, which is pretty cool. But if you can help them in any small way, the smallest amount can make the biggest difference. And the sooner we bring more attention to this, the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. Well, I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.